Okay, this video is going to be about how we create agency reps. So I'm going to name this IAP presentation Agency Reps. I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to start a brand new incident action plan. So once the program opens up, we are going to actually create agency reps in two different ways. One, directing the agency rep to report directly to the incident commander, and also having the agency reps report to the liaison officer. I'm going to show how we accomplish that in both ways. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and skip this portion right here. Agency incident number, operation date, and this is where we're going to assign the agency rep directly to the incident commander. So I'm going to create the incident commander, clicking on the autofill, and finding an agency that's going to represent my incident commander. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create an operations section, a planning section, logistics, but I'm not going to create a liaison. So I'm going to click create a safety officer, a information officer, and an event scribe. Okay, from here, right now we are in the section manager portion of the program, and the way that you can determine that is by going up to the very top on the left hand side, and you can see the name of the program, Easy IAP, and the name of my IAP, which is Presentation Agency Reps, and in parentheses the portion of the program that I am currently showing, and that is the section manager. But I want to add the resource manager. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on resource manager, and then this is where the full open program of the incident commander along with the general section is now in front of me. Okay, you'll see at the top where the cursor is now located, where it says incident commander and then the name of my incident commander. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assign an agency rep by going over on the left side of the screen here under type, using the drop down arrow and clicking on agency rep. Okay, so now here you have the name of the agency and the person that's filling that role. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create another agency rep, click on my autofill feature, find the person that's going to be my agency rep. So I'll click on this agency here and I'll click on there. Okay, so now I've got two agency reps. And let's go to the ICS form 203. So right here, I'm going to click on the 203, click on preview, and when the form opens up, you'll see that we have the agency reps right here in box number 4. I'll expand this a little bit so you can see. We have agency reps in box number 4, 203 form. Alright, so let's quickly take a look at our organizational chart for the incident commander. So that would be the 207, and we'll click on preview there as well. And here you see we have the incident commander, we have the information officer, safety, and event scribe, and then the sections that I created. And then over here, we're going to see the next organizational chart, which will be strictly for the agency reps. The reason that was done and not adding the agency rep to the previous organizational chart is because in some instances, we're going to have many agency reps, and it would just clutter up this entire organizational chart. So what we did is we gave its own organizational chart, and there you see the second page on the incident commander. Okay, so that's how we create the agency reps to the incident commander. Now, let's go back to the section manager, and I will now create a liaison officer. So what I can do now is I'm going to click on the autofill, and I'm going to find the person that's going to be my liaison officer. So that person has now been identified. So now what I can do is I can go back to resource manager, and then I can see where I have my agency reps, because I can identify them just by holding the mouse over there. So you can see I have the Tioga County Fire Department agency rep, and then this person from CCSO agency rep. And now I want to assign them to the Liaison Officer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my cursor right over that person's name, and I'm going to hold it down with the left side of my mouse, and I'm just going to drag it right up to the Liaison Officer. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the Tioga County Fire, and I'm just going to bring that right back up and release it. Okay, so now you can see that the agency reps are now reporting to the Liaison Officer, which is identified right up in the very top center right there. Okay, so now what you can also do is, for an agency that is not part of your personnel file, and they are coming to your incident action plan as a liaison officer for another mutual aid partner, you can add them to a temporary file for this specific incident. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just click on this button here, Add Edit Personnel, and then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and click on Add New, and then I'm going to add my name. And then once again I'm going to click Add New. Okay, so now I've added my name as a temporary member of this response team, and I'm just going to click out on the red X there. And now what I can do is, from this screen right here, I can come right here in under Type, click on Agency Representative, and then click on Autofill, and then find my agency, San Francisco PD. There I am. And now I've been added as an agency rep for the San Francisco Police Department. Okay, so that's how we add agency reps to the incident commander and also to the liaison officer, maintaining your span of control. Now, one other functionality we have is to create an assistant liaison officer. So if you have many agency representatives and you want to break them out, maintaining your span of control, you can add an assistant liaison officer by clicking on the down arrow and clicking on assistant. And it'll give you a breakout of it and call it assistant liaison officer number 1, but you can rename this. We can call this assistant liaison officer for federal agencies. Okay, or you can call it anything you'd like to call it. So then again, you just click on the autofill and you find the person that's going to fill the role from your agency. And now they've been added as assistant. And then assuming that these agency reps are part of the federal agency, you can then just, again, hold down the left side of your mouse and you can drop them right down into the assistant liaison officer. And then you can also, if you so choose, add more agency representatives for this specific assistant liaison officer. Okay, so you have a lot of options with the program. We hope that you enjoy this added feature, because this is a complete upgrade over previous versions of our program. And if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call to talk about it so that I can get your input on this functionality of Easy IAP.